Hello. Hey, what's up, people? How's it going? It's me, back again, your old friend. I thought I'll make a video, connect with the guys, put it on YouTube. That's what the plan for right now is. So we are in first week of June 2026. It's late Sunday night at my end right now. Yeah. So, in my last couple of YouTube videos, I talked about all the wars that India has fought post independence. We talked about 1947-48, first India Pakistan war, also 1961, liberation of Goa, 1962, Indocino War, which was in Indian China War, 1965, Second India Pakistan War. Oh, yeah. Oh, we talked about 1971, another India Pakistan War. Then we talked about Kargil War, 1999. Yeah, yeah, guys. 1971 was liberation of Bangladesh. Yeah, and then we had Kargil War, 1999. We talked about all these wars post independence that our country has fought. These were the subjects in my last couple of YouTube videos. I read from AI Overview what AI Overview had to say about these subjects. Yeah. So let's not waste too much time. I'll say. Um, oh, let me adjust the camera. Put the phone. I guess we get. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll read about. Oh, I'll read some of the headlines from World Affairs. This is what it says: U.S. attacks Iran radar sites as drones fly towards Hormuz. U.S. attacks Iran radar sites as drones fly towards Hormuz. Tehran fires missiles at Kuwait, Bahrain. Tehran fires missiles at Kuwait, Bahrain. Uh, Pakistan Interior Minister arrived for talks in Tehran. Iran still has 21% to 22% of their missiles, says Trump. Drone barrage hits St. Petersburg again. Yeah, guys, these were some of the headlines. I thought I'll bring them up in this video. So these were some of the headlines from World Affairs. I thought I'll bring them up. So this is what one of the subjects have to say. I'll give a few paragraphs I read from a tablet. This is what AI Overview had to say. It says major empires are vast political entities that have expanded across continents, unified diverse cultures, and profoundly shaped human history through trade, technology, and administration. The most influential historic empires span from the Mediterranean, ancient Mediterranean to the Americas and modern global colonialism. Ancient and classical empires. Persian Empire, 550 to 330 BCE. the first global superpower, famous for its advanced administrative system, the Royal Road, and its policy of cultural tolerance under Cyrus the Great. Roman Empire, 27 BCE to 476 CE, stretched from Britain to the Middle East, setting the foundation for Western civilization's law, engineering, and architecture. Han and Tang dynasties, 202 BCE until 907 CE. Anchored in East Asia, they expanded along the Silk Road, establishing bureaucratic governance, papermaking, and profound cultural integration. Medieval and early modern powers, Umayyad and Abbasid Caliphates, 661 to 1258 CE, spanned across the Middle East, North Africa, and into Spain, facilitating the Islamic Golden Age and preserving vital scientific and philosophical knowledge. Mongol Empire, 1206 until 1368 CE, the largest contiguous land empire in history, led by Genghis Khan. It unified the Eurasian landmass, creating the Pax Mongolica, which fostered unprecedented cross continental trade. Ottoman Empire, 1299 until 1922 CE, a transcontinental Islamic empire that controlled vast territories in, in southeastern Europe, Western Asia, and North Africa, dominating global trade routes for centuries. Colonial and global empires. Spanish Empire, 1492 until 1989 CE, one of the largest, one of the first global empires spanning the Americas, Asia Pacific, and Europe. It catalyzed the first era of globalized trade. British Empire, 1600 until 1997 CE. At its peak in the early 20th century, it was the largest empire in world history, covering roughly a quarter of the Earth's total land area and population. Russian Empire, 17201 until 1917 CE, the third largest empire in history, spreading continuously across Eastern Europe, Central Asia, and into North America. Hey guys, these were some of the major empires. If we're talking about ancient and classical empires, we talked about Persian Empire, Roman Empire, then Han and Tang dynasties. From medieval and early modern powers, Umayyad and Abbasid caliphates, Mongol Empire, Ottoman Empire. From colonial and global empires, Spanish Empire, British Empire, then Russian Empire. Talked about all these big empires from different timelines in history. Let's read about another subject. It says the British Empire was the largest empire in history, spanning roughly 400 years and covering nearly a quarter of the Earth's landmass and population at its peak, emerging in the late 16th century through English and Scottish overseas trade. It profoundly shaped the modern world's legal, linguistic, cultural, and political landscapes. Key eras in expansion. The first era, 16th to 18th century, characterized by early maritime expansion, the establishment of the 13 colonies in North America, and highly lucrative sugar plantations in the Caribbean, sustained by the transatlantic slave trade. The East India Company, beginning as a trading venture in 1600, this private corporation effectively conquered and administered vast regions of India, monopolizing trade and laying the groundwork for the British Raj. The Imperial Century, 1815 until 1914. Following victory in the Napoleonic Wars, Britain became the foremost global power. The Royal Navy secured global choke points such as Gibraltar, Aden, and Singapore, and the empire expanded aggressively into Africa and the Middle East. The end of the empire, the astronomical, financial, and administrative cost of fighting two world wars severely weakened Britain's geopolitical grip following a surge of nationalist and anti-colonial movements, the empire rapidly dismantled. Independence was granted to major colonies like India and Pakistan in 1947, accelerating decolonization globally. The formal end of the empire is generally recognized as the handover of its last major colony, Hong Kong, to China in 1997. Impact and legacy. The British Empire was a complex entity that facilitated global connectivity, multiculturalism, and scientific advancements. However, it was also heavily driven by economic exploitation, systemic racism, and the atrocities of the slave trade. The economic extraction and drawing of arbitrary borders across the globe left lasting generational impacts on many former colonies. Today, the cultural and institutional legacy of this era lives on through the Commonwealth of Nations, a volunteer association of 56 independent member states. Hey guys, this is what AI overview had to say about the British Empire. You know, some of the details. So I thought I'll give it a read as well in this video. So that's what the plan for this video was, guys. It's gonna be a short video, It's not gonna be a 20 plus minute video this time. It's not gonna be a 20 plus minute video this time. It's gonna be a short video. This is what I had planned so far for this video, that I'll read a couple of subjects from my tablet. I read about all the major empires in history from different timelines. Other than that, I talked about British Empire from AI overview. That's what the plan for this video was. It's going to be a short video. I'm going to wrap this up anytime now. Okay, so we'll connect sometime soon. We'll talk more about these big empires in our future videos. So I'll call it off for right now. We'll reconnect sometime soon. That's it for right now. Bye bye. Have a good one and love you all.